We're going to explain how to initialize an empty array in Vue.js. There are several ways to do this, each with slightly different implications depending on your use case. 1. The simplest method is to directly assign an empty array literal to your data property. This is perfect for situations where you know you'll need an array from the start, and you'll be populating it later. You would do this within the data method of your Vue component. For example, data and return our myArray. This creates a reactive array named myArray, which is initially empty. 2. You can also initialize an empty array using the array constructor. While functionally equivalent to the literal approach, it's slightly more verbose. Data, return, myArray, new array. This method offers no significant advantages in this context, so the literal approach, method 1, is generally preferred. 3. If you're working with computed properties and need an empty array as the initial return value, you can use the same literal notation. For example, computed via my computed array, return. Note that computed properties are reactive. Any changes made to the array returned by a computed property won't directly update the underlying data. 4. If you are initializing the array outside the data or computed section, for example, within a method, you can still initialize an empty array using the literal or the new array constructor. The reactivity, however, won't be automatically handled by Vue, and you might need to explicitly update the data using methods like thisSet to trigger updates in the Vue. For example, methods, my method, let new array equals. Do something with new array and then this, set this, my array, new array, dead. Finally, it's important to remember that the choice of method generally comes down to readability and consistency. The direct array literal is often the cleanest and easiest to understand, making it the recommended approach in most scenarios within the data pathos method. Using the array constructor or other initialization methods only becomes necessary in more specific situations. Remember that Vue's reactivity system automatically tracks changes made to arrays initialized within the data case method using methods like push, pop, splice, and so on, ensuring that the Vue updates correctly.